From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Temperatures actually going the wrong way as we head through the next few hours after midnight toward daybreak, actually coming back up out of the 40s that we got into this evening into the lower 50s during the early morning hours. A few showers and rumbles of thunder possible near and before daybreak. And as we head through the first half of Friday, especially late morning through about midday, a high impact wind event with rain and thunderstorms likely. Here's the latest breakdown on that. It's a high impact wind event that we're most concerned about for a Friday. The timing of the highest wind threat runs from about 9 a.m. on our Friday morning until about noon or 1 in the afternoon. So it's a morning to early afternoon situation for the highest wind threat that may be high enough to cause damage and power outages. However, just a background wind through much of the day tomorrow, starting in the morning hours into the late afternoon, could gust as high as 40 to 50 miles an hour off and on for much of the day. And that's high enough to knock down tree limbs on the power lines to cause power outages. But it's with a line of thunderstorms after 9 a.m. until midday when we have the potential for some widespread 50 to 75 mile per hour straight line wind gusts that are high enough to knock down trees and tree limbs, knock down power lines, knock down trees on the power lines, and possibly cause some widespread power outages across the area. So it's important that you charge your mobile devices tonight so that you have reliable ways to hear warnings tomorrow if you do lose power. Tonight, clouds are starting to come back. That and more of a southerly wind gusting overnight is why temperatures will go the wrong way and actually come up as we head through the early morning hours, starting in the upper 40s, lower 50s. You may hear some loud thunder before daybreak, but those storms won't be severe. It's after 8 or 9 a.m. when the rain and thunderstorms move into the area on through about midday that we're really concerned about this line of thunderstorms with that high wind potential and power outages and trees down across the area. That clearing the region by 12 to 1 o'clock, but an isolated shower or storm possible into the afternoon. But even when the sun breaks out behind this tomorrow afternoon, wind gusts just in the background of the atmosphere could still be over 40 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. And the cooler air moving in tomorrow evening will be into the 30s by the evening and well down into the low to mid 20s as we head into tomorrow night and Saturday morning. We'll be in between storm systems over the weekend, but colder Arctic air settling in. Daytime highs only in the 30s. For Saturday and Sunday, morning lows well down the low to mid 20s. That will cool the roadway temperatures and the ground temperatures ahead of the snow that we have coming for Monday that we'll talk about here in just a moment. Temperature trend for the next 7 days on the mild side for Friday. And then behind that system, we're cold for the weekend. Highs in the 30s, morning lows in the lower 20s. And then much colder Arctic air coming starting Monday through a large part of next week. We'll detail that in a moment as well. But the snow on Monday, we're still not ready to talk numbers. I think by Friday afternoon, Friday evening, once we get this wind event out of the way, we will start to give a first idea of the accumulation ranges we're talking about. But keep in mind, those numbers will likely be adjusted over the weekend. But accumulating snow is likely across the area because it will be happening with temperatures way down into the 20s, and the ground temperatures will be cooler and the road temperatures will be cooler. In the darker shaded blue areas here from pretty much most of Tennessee down into far northern Alabama, northwest Alabama, travel impacts are likely regardless of the amount of snow that happens, and travel impacts being possible as far south as the Birmingham metro. So this will be an impactful type winter weather situation coming Monday, regardless of how much accumulates. But over the next couple days, we'll start talking about numbers regarding that. And then starting Monday with that Arctic air blast on through at least Wednesday or so, daytime highs below freezing. Once we get below freezing Sunday night, we're not back above freezing until Thursday afternoon. So an extended period below freezing, that's pipe bursting type cold if you don't trickle your faucets, open your cabinets to let that warm air circulate, winterize your pipes, that type of thing. Morning lows, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, single digits to lower teens, and wind chill values in that period near or below zero. It's a dangerous type cold that's coming early next week. Clouds increasing and temperatures coming out of the 40s into the 50s during the early morning, and then showers and thunderstorms possible as early is daybreak or just before that, and then a high impact wind event for the first half of our Friday. Highest wind damage potential is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., but 40 plus mile per hour winds are possible pretty much all day long. Highs in the mid to upper 50s, into the 30s for daytime highs over the weekend. Morning lows down into the upper teens to mid 20s. Snow possibly starting late Sunday night, but snow likely on Monday and travel impacts likely as well. Cold air for a large part of next week. There's the look your latest 7-day forecast. Ben Lunas in the Weather Center at 4 a.m. with your wake up weather, and we'll be here with team coverage tomorrow to cover the high wind situation.